I thought a lot about like that movie JFK, which I love. And it feels like we're living in a world of like, everybody's a Jim Garrison. And I do think that we've become a country full of Jim Garrisons.
The Kevin Costner character.
Yes. Who in that film is bathed in this heroic light. But, he's somebody who's been widely discredited. Discredited by whom? And Jim Garrison is considered to be a charlatan by, many. And
are you as prone to conspiracies as Oliver Stone is?
I think I know that something is wrong on some deep level. And that's what draws everybody to conspiracies.
Right.
Is like there's something wrong. I feel it. I know it. I see it. I just don't. Something's happening in the shadows. We all know that's true. It's only human to speculate and
to want answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, these conspiracies have like just permeated the atmosphere. Like there are too many to deal with. That seems to be the central one. And I think there are echoes of that in Eddington, especially with, the Austin Butler character.
Yeah.
But for me, that actually almost helps the film, because where the film is valuable, I think, is in the way that it captures the fever of conspiracy thinking. And I think it really feels to me like ahead of its time in a way, despite the fact that even then in the 90s, it's looking back, right? But even the language that, you see being used on the right a lot, it's borrowed from that like 1960s left-wing conspiracy rhetoric. It's like that's kind of what's so insidious about this, is that it's all been like, we're living in like this like distortion of like history, and we're living in a time where we're like oversaturated with history. The internet has kind of flattened everything. There's just nobody knows what's going on. There's no contending with anything. And so one other way that JFK is very useful is the way that it does bathe Jim Garrison in this heroic light. And I think that's a very important part of this, is that the people who are uncovering these conspiracies are heroic. They're doing heroic work. Like that's what's driving it, I need to bring light to something that, has been buried, that, people are being lied to. And it comes from the absolute, certainty that we're being lied to, which of course we are, and so it's, so at that point, it's just, once you've decided that, where do you go? All I know is that there is political violence, and that none of the people in power seem to have any interest in tamping the rhetoric or the fever that is leading to it. JFK I do find to be a really fascinating and kind of important film. And, it's been widely dismissed and discredited. It's a rat king of different conspiracy theories, some of which contradict each other, because it's kind of a rat king of different conspiracy theories that don't have a lot to do with each other. Some of them contradict others. And so it's been like widely discredited. And so that film is widely criticized for being like a hodgepodge of like different conspiracies, some of which contradict each other. It's a controversial film because it's kind of a hodgepodge of different conspiracies, and it's been discredited far and wide. But that for me is not, the film isn't valuable as like an expose. The film is valuable to me because it captures the mania of it. It's like, but self-righteous. I mean, the film is like it's a work
about
of mania, but it's thrilling. Yeah, and I love that film too for just, I think it taps into the fever of conspiracy thinking and like the mania of it in a very special way. But for me, that's not what makes it a valuable film. It like really, really taps into this like spirit of distrust in like a really infectious, like possessed way. References or films that might be on my mind. And one was JFK, which I think is a really interesting film, but I find the film to be really not only fascinating, but important for the way that it captures the fever and the mania of conspiracy thinking. Oh man, what is this?
Yeah, I know.
This is not a line, but I ain't no cockadoodle-doo. It's like, it's so great. It's licking his fingers.
Oh,
at
he's
the
licking his fingers.